Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hey, yes, the dogs do not know, and the cat, that it's 4th of July. So, of course, 6:30 this morning, they want out of bed, and they want to go for their walk. So, here we are. But I am working from home today. But I have a very good, interesting true crime story. Missing person. You're going to want to see this. Maybe you can help. All right, see you in a few. Crafting Journey here, that Journey chick over on Instagram. Welcome to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, the July 4th edition. Thank you for coming by. I got a good true crime for you today. It is a missing person, a very recent missing person, Dylan Rounds. It's been all over social media, and I'm sure you've heard about it, but I thought I would bring it to you with my little flavor and spin on it. So, it is 4th of July, fireworks. Can you believe I don't have a t-shirt? Like, I don't have anything red, white, and blue. Well, that's not true. I have a Wichita, Kansas shirt that is red, white, and blue. Yeah. Not really Independence Day stuff. So I was going through my drawers and I found this dress. I forgot I had this dress. So this is what you're getting. Pretend it's red, white, and blue. And then I'm waving the flag. Do, 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 do. Oh my God, the fireworks were going off last night. My sister was outside, smoking her cigarette, watching them, and she said it was spectacular. Like everywhere. And like people were doing their own finales and, just thousands of dollars worth of fireworks. Meanwhile, back in my room, where I was watching So You Think You Can Dance and loom knitting, the dogs were cringing. My dog, Tootsie, does not like loud noises. So she's in the bed. Stitch was hiding under the bed at one point. He was not going for it. I had to close, they have their little window. I had to close the window because they were not going to go outside. But I have pretty good neighbors. It stopped maybe 10 or 11 o'clock or so. It just stopped. Thank you. But I don't know what's going to go on tonight. I'm probably going to have to sedate Tootsie because poor thing. Or put a sweater on her because she feels very comfort. Like she'll feel comforted if I put a sweater on her. All right, let's work on this diamond painting. Oh my God. Yesterday's live was so much fun. Check it out. I'll put it in the eye. Oh. And you've got to watch to the end because I try an ice cream flavor that you will never believe. Oh my God. You won't guess in a million years what flavor it was. I'm just looking. All right. I'm tired today. Wow. We went out to dinner last night it was called Hook and Reel. And not my thing. I'm not a seafood person, but what you do is you order like the kind of seafood you want, like mussels or clams or lobster or, whatever. There's a whole list of stuff. And you pick two of them. And then you get corn and potatoes, and then you could add stuff in. So both the boys added in sausage. I was with my son and daughter-in-law and my sister, and we were celebrating my grandson's 18th birthday. And what they do is they put it all in a bag, and they boil with whatever sauce that you choose and all the extras, and they put it all in this plastic bag and tie it up and boil it and bring it to your table. And it's like puffed up, this bag. I should have took pictures. I didn't. I did not order this. Trust me. And no. I ordered what I thought was a sandwich. A chicken sandwich. It's called a po' boy. Well, to my surprise, it comes with what my sister called aioli sauce. Also, I did not enjoy this meal. I enjoyed the company of my grandsons, my son, my daughter-in-law, but no, I was not enjoying the food. No. I ordered some hush puppies. I love hush puppies. Those were pretty good. But yeah, no, no, not it. And then you just like, then you like put a bib on. Well, they did. I did. Put a bib on, gloves. You open the bag and you just kind of roll the bag down and you're just eating with your fingers out of this bag. Yeah. Now, did I say the name of the restaurant? Hook and Reel. I mean, a very unique dining experience. But I wanted to go next door to the steak house. I really did. I should have gone and got me a steak and come back. Oh well. Wouldn't that be funny if anybody ever did that? Oh my god, that would be hilarious. All right, what symbol am I on? Okay, we're on the S. Here I go, cross country diamond painting again. So what I did was I finished this section here. Now I'm working on this little section right here. This is still covered up. Yeah, it'll be done sometime this year. Yeah. So while I'm thinking about, don't forget to hit the like button. Today, he is going to make sure I stay on task and keep working because my activity is being monitored. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to put in 8 hours worth of work. I do have a project that I'm working on. So there really is 8 hours worth of work, probably more, unless some of the girls have caught up. I don't know. We'll see. So he's tasked with, so because the like button works so hard, please hit the like button. Also, please consider subscribing. If you're just perusing the channel and you're like, what is this? Well, first of all, I talk about my life a little bit, this day in history, what national day it is, and we do get to true crime. I swear we do. It's in there, but the show is never more than 30 minutes long, so it's manageable. Yeah, you'd sit and watch it while you craft, diamond paint, crochet, watercolor. Oh my god, I need to do some watercolors. It's just such a pain having to pick all this up and then put the watercolors down. I need a separate place for watercolors. Yeah, I just said that. No, I'm not going to get another desk. Oh my god. Amazon Prime Day is what? Next week, I think. Yeah. Next week is Amazon Prime Day. What are you guys got anything in mind that you're going to buy on Amazon Prime Day? My sister needs a, what do you call it? Box spring for her bed. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like something Amazon would put on sale on Amazon Prime Day, but we'll see. And I thought, I want to order some more watercolor paper, so I thought that'd be a good day to do that. So, yeah. All right, I've got a good one for you today. This is a case of Dylan Rounds. He has been missing since Memorial Day weekend this year. Cute kid. He's 19 years old. 5'11", 160 pounds, just in case you see him out there. There's a picture of him. How adorable is this guy? He's just adorable. All right, where am I going to put this one? Right here, right here, right here. Oh, right here. Here we go. I'm using my 10 placer, so I'm trying to find places to put 10 drills. Okay, so 17 years old, he drops out of high school because he wants to be a farmer. He gets his GED. His grandparents gift him a piece of property in western Utah in this town called Lucin, which is just like this ranch community. Now, let me just describe this area to you where he's trying to farm. His grandparents give him a boatload of money to get started. He buys a camper. Here's a picture of the camper. He puts it on the property. He's got, I think the truck might have been his father's. He's got the truck. He's got a camper. He's got a grain truck. He's got a shed. He's making this work. But this is a very, very difficult area to grow crops. I mean, this is the desert. This place is dry and barren. I'll show you a picture of this area. It's just flat land. Lucin is a little town in Box Elder County. Where Dylan lived was right on the border, like very western Utah, right on the border of Utah and Nevada. So he was in Lucin, Box Elder County, but the closest town that you could go to, like have a meal, get some groceries, was Montello, Nevada, which was 30 miles away. Population 50, according to the 2018 census. They're probably a little higher now, but not a big town. Like 3 blocks is this town. And if you know where Salt Lake City is, he's 200 miles northwest of Salt Lake City. So, like, he's in the middle of nowhere. And what happens in this area is that there's these squatters. So people will come out there, they want to just get away from it all. They don't own this property, but they will just set up a tent or a camper and just squat on the property and live there. And the owners don't know or don't care. So needless to say, he's got no neighbors because he's just got this big piece of land and he's trying to farm it, bless his heart. And this camper, like, it's off grid. No running water, no sewer, no internet. So he was last seen May 26th in Montello at a place called the Saddle Sore Saloon. Now, they did do a credit card check, and that's the last place he used his credit card, was at this saloon. But no one has seen him since. Now, that week, Thursday, he calls his mother, and he's telling his mother, he's very, very excited. He's got a crop coming in of grain. This is his first crop. He's really excited. And he's telling his mother this strange story. He says, yesterday on Wednesday, I saw this man just walk out of the desert, bloody. He's all bloody, got no shoes on, and he's asking me for a ride. So no, I didn't give him a ride, but he just thought it was strange. So he mentioned it to his mother. Now that's on Thursday. On Friday morning, he speaks to his grandmother. He's on the phone with his grandmother, 6:51 a.m., and it's starting to rain. And he's telling his grandmother, I got to go put the grain truck in the shelters so things don't get wet. I've got, it's full of seed. I don't want it to get wet. So he hangs up. And that's the last anybody has heard from him. So the weekend passes, Memorial Day weekend. His parents don't hear from him. So they're concerned. They're calling him. The phone call is going to voicemail. So his parents decide they're going to drive out there. They notify law enforcement. They meet law enforcement out there. And they're searching the property. No Dylan. They break into his truck. Well, the father said, I didn't care. It's my truck. So I broke in. Nothing out of sorts on the truck, except it appeared to have been pressure washed. The bed of the truck and the truck itself and the tires, it had rained very heavily that weekend, and that truck should have been muddy from the rain, especially if you had taken it anywhere. And it also looked like whoever pressure washed this truck had pressure washed away any sign of any footprints or truck prints. And then when they got into the truck, the seat was pulled all the way up. And Dylan, like I said, was 5'11", so pretty tall. He would have had the seat farther back. Also, it was in 4x4 mode, and he would not have used 4x4 mode on this truck because it didn't work. He would have known not to use it. So this is evidence, apparently, that someone else was in this truck and not him. And he did have a pressure washer on the property. But it just looked like he had vanished. They go into his camper, nothing's out of place, but there's no wallet, no cell phone, no Dylan. He's just vanished. They do find a pair of boots about 300 yards from the grain shelter, which this way, behind a mound of dirt. The camper is this way in the opposite direction. So it's very weird. If he had put the grain truck away and then walked to the camper. Why are his boots way over here? And let's talk about these boots. He only wore a particular kind of boot. Same boot. He would wear it till it wore out, and then he would go buy another pair. So he only owned one pair of boots. Like I said, he would, when it wore out, he'd go buy another pair. Also on the boots were some dark spots that they suspected was blood, and later on it was confirmed to be blood. Now the police were treating this, the Box Elder County Police were treating this as a missing person, so not terribly concerned, because people can get up and walk away anytime they want. And that doesn't mean a crime has occurred. If I show up in Alaska tomorrow and I'm gone, doesn't mean somebody kidnapped me. It just means I decided to go to Alaska. So they were treating it as, a missing person. However, a couple months into this, the FBI gets involved because, this does involve state lines. Anytime a crime involves state lines, because he was last seen in Montello, Elko County, the FBI gets involved. Now, let me just talk about Montello. This is a very, very small community. Lucin is a very small community. There is a very large percentage of sex offenders here because sex offenders can't just live anywhere they want. They have to live in particular locations. And they would have been free to do whatever they want out here because you're in the middle of nowhere. It's like if you're a sex offender and you're living in a larger town, you can't live near a bus stop, you can't live near a school. There's all these rules. But if you're out in the middle of the nowhere, there's rules are pretty easy to follow because there's nothing there. So there was a large percentage of sex offenders in this town. Now, I say that to say this. There also is a rumor that Dylan was homosexual and that his family was FLDS from Idaho. Utah has a very heavy population of FLDS members. That's the Latter-day Saints. And they don't believe in being gay. So the parents are being interviewed, but they don't talk about their son being gay. But nor do they talk about him having a girlfriend either. So the question is, did he have a love interest? I don't know. A couple of weeks into this, the police finally labeled this as a criminal investigation, and it wasn't until June 6th that they actually sent the boots to the crime lab. They had just thrown them in the back of the truck and forgot about them. I don't know if it rained in the meantime, but the boots are out in the sun. The evidence is degrading. But they finally send the boots to the crime lab. Now, we don't know what it shows. Now, back to the bloody guy that walked out of the desert. His name was Chase. Here's a picture of him. He was cleared. They picked him up on a warrant that was unrelated to the case. He was booked into the jail. He called the mother. They had a phone call. She was satisfied that he was not involved. I don't know what his explanation for all that was, but yeah. Now, initially there was a $20,000 reward, and very recently the reward was upgraded to $100,000. Now, the other rumor is that there was a 61-year-old man who lived in this area. He was a known sex offender, and he had family members that had been involved in this area in kidnapping people and holding them hostage out there in the desert. Yeah, so weird. So I've seen various interviews with the parents. It's said that the parents and the grandparents don't necessarily get along, so we're not hearing a lot from the grandparents. We're hearing a lot from the parents. They don't mention his sexuality. They don't mention that they're FLDS. They don't mention any theories that they might have of the case. They do indicate that there's a lot more that they know that they're not allowed to say or they're not willing to say at this point about this case. So if you've seen Dylan, if you live up in that area, hey Tia, you're in Nevada. If you see Dylan at the casino, let us know. I hope this young man is not dead somewhere. I really do. But, things are not looking good. because he's just vanished. And you know what happens when people just vanish. It's usually not a good sign. Also, this day in history, in 1954, a sensational murder trial inspires The Fugitive. Marilyn Shepard was beaten to death inside her suburban home in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, her husband, Sam Shepard, claims that he had fallen asleep in the family living room, and when he woke up, he saw this bushy-haired man, and he chased after him. Meanwhile, authorities uncover the fact that Sam Shepard was having an affair, and they really didn't believe his story. So this goes on trial, and the reason this case is famous is because there was really no screening of the jury. The jury was not sequestered, and they came back guilty. So, because of potential jury bias, Sam Shepard appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States, who overturned his conviction because of jury bias. So now, since this case, we very carefully screen jurors to make sure that they don't have any bias, and if necessary, we do sequester jurors. Now, the reason the jurors became biased in that case is because it was such a media sensation, and they were all in the courtroom. All these media people, they were in the courtroom, and every day they go back and print something or broadcast something. So of course, the jurors saw all this. So yeah, there was a lot of bias there. This was the loose inspiration for the hit show The Fugitive, in which the lead character, Richard Kimball, is falsely accused of murdering his wife. He escapes from prison, and he spends the rest of the shows chasing after this one-armed man who he believes killed his wife. Now, I never watched The Fugitive, did you? It sounds interesting, though. And in 1998, they ran DNA tests on the physical evidence in the case, and it found that there actually was another man at the murder scene. Yeah. Interesting case. So, that is the show for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a really happy 4th of July. Don't know what I'm going to have for you tomorrow. I doubt that there's a trial today. It's a holiday. There's not going to be any court. But I'll find a good one for you. So take care. Don't forget, Wednesday, Craft With Me Wednesday, Wambui Made It will be on the show at 6 p.m. Central. I'll be live with Wambui Made It. I'm so excited to have her as a guest. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.